In-Fisherman staff members have long played a key role in popularizing the pursuit of catfish. Why, you've seen us fishing in rivers large and very small. We've fished for flatheads wherever they swim, and we've traveled across North America catching channel cats. We've also caught our share of big blue cats, highlighting tactics to take them from shore and from boats in big rivers. Our trip this day is unique. Let's see what swims in the Red River on the border of Texas and Oklahoma. There's only one way to get to the fishing.
He's in it.
Yeah, nice one.
Look at how short and fat that fish is. I have never seen a blue cat that short. It's like he's
almost deformed.
Yeah, he's almost deformed. Folks, we're on the Red River below Texoma, fishing with Captain Steve Barnes. And I like to fish this river because it is so flat, so much different than a lot of other blue cat waters, and yet all of the actual situations where you're fishing, the holes and so on, it's just exactly the same. So, great situation. There we go.
Steve, when does the winter fishing start? How long is the season?
I usually fish it December through February.
The rest of the year you're striper fishing for the more?
Striper fishing, yep.
So winter on the river.
Winter on the river, because that's really the best time to catch the monster fish, and that's what we're after.
Just like blue cats everywhere, we're using big pieces of cut shad. Not everywhere, but I mean, this is a classic bait for big blue cats, wherever they swim. There we go. Go, no! He's coming right here. Oh, wait. All right, there.
Nice.
All right, get the net, boys. You kind of rolled up, but you'll be all right. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Now we're talking. That's what you come to the Red River for, right there. That giant blue cat.
Nice fish, Doug.
Jeez, giant. This is the pig right here.
Nice one.
There we go. Put him on my lap. I love big blue cats. Oh, we're actually in a creek arm off of the main part of the Red River. And Steve Barnes here, Captain Steve Barnes, is really the only one that takes these airboat trips on the river here. Some really classic fishing. Look at this. See that straight anal fin right there? That'll tell you for sure that it's a blue cat.
Now, when they're smaller, you get some of those color differences where the channels get the spots, but when they get this big, you know, they all kind of sometimes gray out like that.
Yeah.
But yep, that long, straight anal fin is a good giveaway right there.
Well, we'll be out on the main river too. The Red River is really unusual because it's so flat, so sandy, so shallow, and yet the blue cat fishing is pretty much the same wherever you are across the country. You look for those deeper holes. And the holes here might be 6, 8, 10 feet deep. On some of the other rivers we fish across the country, they might be 20, 30, 40 feet deep where you're fishing, but it's the same basic principle. Look at here. And away we go. That's one.
That's down.
Get him, reel. You got him. All right.
In-stream log there, in-stream lay down.
There you are, buddy.
All right.
Oh, there's ears.
Got him in the whisker again. That's a big channel cat.
Not a blue cat.
Yeah, it is a channel, yeah.
7228 gets him every time, even in the whisker.
Well, it's a nice chunky channel cat.
No, he's 8, 9 pounds.
Yeah, and this one, we had shown on the blue cat with the anal fin that was really long and there and straight, and this one's a little shorter, rounded anal fin here.
Like fishing.
Yep. And this one still, you know, has some color differences. This one has a nice olive on it, and it has that
Pretty
spots, but they lose that when they get bigger. So.
Yep. This guy back, there you go. But it's very important that when you're using circle hooks that you have some tip action to your rod. And these ugly stick customs are probably the finest rod that I've ever fished in this situation. Again, what you want to have happen is you want that rod tip to load, and so then the corner or the hook point on the circle hook is just going to get into the fish's mouth, and the whole process starts at that point. So it's very important to have that tip action. This is an ugly stick custom rod, once again, Tidewater 15 reel, but it could be a 20 size just as well. And then the rest of the system is just, you know, it's just a slip rig like you might use for channel cats or flatheads, just a very common rigging. The drag is set now so it just barely gives, and the line is tight to the sinker, and that's the system. There we are.
That's solid, ain't it?
Good fish.
That is solid.
Boy, he's got a big head, doesn't he? Here we go. Big fish.
Oh, nice one.
Might be 40. No?
35 again.
35? Ah, man. What a head on that fish. Incredible. What is the biggest fish you've caught out of the red here?
I caught some 70-pound fish.
70?
Yeah, and I know someday we're gonna get a monster.
Well, this one ain't gonna make 70, but it's a nice one. It is a big fish. Look at there. Just a really unique fishery. It is so shallow in so many areas, and you get into those deeper holes, you're fishing for blues. Once again, that's what you gotta look for most of the time all throughout the winter. Some kind of cut bait, and you know, you're fishing the head of the hole, you're fishing the core of the hole, and it doesn't make any difference if the hole happens to be, you know, the deepest hole in the river is only 6 or 8 or 10 feet deep. That's where you gotta be. Steve, thank you very much. Rob, I had a good time here.
Very good.
And oh, it is fun. A beautiful river. What a wonderful fishery.